Hey there, Andrew, C1D Paintball, this game being played at Warzone Paintball in Rigo. We are playing on the market map. It's a 7v7, pretty early in the day. I'm on gold team spawning here. The other team is orange team spawning here. Connor is not playing in this game. He's going to get some gear with Nick. That's an adventure. It sounds like it's like going to be some sort of movie, like, you know, Connor and Nick's big adventure. But no, they just didn't play. Now, that means it's going to be like an old school C1D video in the sense that the camera is only going to be mine. I got my POV camera. You can see this face, which is covered by a mask. Probably a good thing it's covered by a mask. You know, I'm trying to keep it together, but it used to look better. And of course, my helmet camera. Now, this video in particular, I want to do a shout out to Mike and Miranda, two people who joined our group and graced us with their presence on this day. They've been playing with some of the guys at a different field, some of our regulars. Mike and Miranda are from Malone. They're from upstate New York. They drive all the way into Canada to play with us. Married couple. I'd love to play paintball with my wife. No, actually, I probably wouldn't, but Mike and Miranda seem to have a good chemistry. They just got into the sport, really like it, really enthusiastic, and really relevant in this video. In particular, it's Miranda, who a lot of people still have this old mentality, girls can't play paintball. Look, I coached my daughter in all kinds of different sports, including playing with the boys. So I never put up with that, and neither should you. And I tell you, one person who doesn't, Miranda doesn't, because she holds her own in this game. But you know what? Best way to show you is to actually watch the game. All right, let's do this, boys. I'm gonna go right. They can't get me here on the left, so I'll try to call it out. All right, referee kind of, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. So we're totally ready on this one. Ref was real gung-ho, ready to go. We kind of weren't, but we just run into it here. I'm going to go up on the west side of the map, up on the side of the road. We didn't really have time. Obviously, I mentioned the ref just kind of started it. Didn't really have time to go with the guys and ask, hey, man, you know, what are we going to do? So anyway, what I do is I'm going to go on that side. I'm going to go up as far as I can. I mean, that's a smart thing to do when you don't necessarily know what you're getting into. And I get really far up to this barrier, and I finally get some shots on the other side of the barrier to hold me at bay. So I know there's one enemy up in front of me. But for a first move, first start of the game, first play of the game, not too bad for me. I mean, provided I don't get hit, right? All right, who is that enemy shooting at me, keeping me behind this barrier? Well, we'll take a look here. Zoom in. That's the top of her head. It's Miranda, keeping me at bay. Now, this area where she's in, which is west of the White House spawn, I call it the fortified area. It doesn't really roll off the tongue in the middle of a game, you know, fortified area. Not a great call out, but that's what I call it, okay? So usually we're used to, when you're playing here, used to a few players on the enemy team being there. Right now, the only one I know of is Miranda, and yeah, I am feeling really confident at this point, by the way. I've reached up this far. They don't have a big enemy presence in that area ahead of me where Miranda is. And honestly, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to win this game. Just a matter of time now. All right, that's the thumbnail post. A shot kind of bounces off the ground and hits me in the leg, so I'm kind of contorted looking downward to my leg, but it just bounced. It did not break. And you know what? I got to take, that's Miranda who shot that. You know what? She's got to go, man. She's interfering with my plan. All right, Miranda is using her cover well. First time I saw her, her head was poking out along top of it. Now it's poking out on the side right here. So, and not giving me too much to shoot at. Now, my TMC has good range, but the range I'm at right now, and with the temperature and everything, just where she is, I'm just slicing and just hooking a bit. Plus, I don't have a lot to shoot at. So, yeah, I'm confident we can win this game, but it won't be quick. Okay, I'm looking to the right side here, the east part of the map. Normally there would be enemies there, and I would have to like be a lot more tighter behind my cover, but there ain't no enemies there right now. So I'm able to go back a little bit, and I got more room to maneuver and kind of dodge around that barrier as I try to take out Miranda in front of me. And but here's the thing though too, is that right side, all it takes is a little sprint from the enemy players at the White House. That's where they got to be right at this point. And that right side is dangerous for me. But again, for now, it's open, so it's given me a few more options. All right, I got Sebi, member of the T1D group. He's one of our dedicated speedball guys. He's back to my right, and he tells me that there's an enemy player to the left of the White House who's joining in. So Miranda's going to have some support there. Good thing to know. Now, I want you to see these lanes here. So this barrier I'm behind, the left lane here, so I can shoot in and people in that area can shoot back at me. Well, Miranda's kind of on the right side of that one, so that's normal shooting lane. And just an example, it's kind of rough, by the way, these kind of shooting lanes I made. On the right side there, that's where enemies normally are, and when they are, they've got that big wide area to get me, or I can get them. But you can kind of judge by this how behind this barrier, I got to kind of left and right, I got to watch it. And again, you can see that, you know, I can pull back here because there's nobody on the right. Now, I'm going to mix it up here, using the advantage of the fact that there's nobody on the right. So I'm going to mix it up with a move here, and we continue. So here's the barrier where I was at before, where I'd run up at the start of the game. And you can see the left and the right side. I mentioned shooting lanes. And without any presence, enemy presence strong on the right here, I'm able to go back a bit to the barrier behind me by going up on the right side here. Now, the reason why I've done this, I mentioned before, I'm trying to mix it up. The enemy player who joined Miranda, he's going to pop up on the left side. Now, I'm assuming Miranda, when we walk by, kind of mentioned to the guy where I am. That's my thought in this. So by pulling back here a bit, even if the guy's aimed on that side, like just his right, so my left, try to shoot me, he thinks I'm slightly ahead. So I'm coming in at a different angle on him here. And yeah, let's see what happens. So it took a few more shots than I thought, but that support Miranda got there, it went back and forth a few shots, but now he's like all in. He's right over the barrier, kind of leaned down like this, aimed at me. We'll kind of emphasize where he is here. But unlike my shots I was shooting at before at him and Miranda, I'm actually going to land one, so he's going to be off to the sidelines in just a couple seconds. All right, so here's Sebi, who I mentioned before, helped call out that player that joined Miranda up there. And it's a good thing he did call out that player. because had I not known he was there, I would have stayed at that barrier ahead of me and just leaned out, try to get Miranda again, and all of a sudden there would have been a second gun locked on me, so kudos for him being back there. And really, I got myself here, I got our speedball player on our side here on this left side, feeling increasingly more confident. Hey, I just took a player out too, so why not be optimistic? Speaking of optimistic, I'm going to move back to that original spot that I ran up to start the game.
Thank you, sir. You got him, didn't you?
Now, as the enemy player who I knocked out earlier walks off the field here, Miranda's mixing it up again. She's behind that barrier. She's on the right side here, we'll point out. I can just see a sliver of the top of her head and her marker. Marker hits don't count. So I just got a sliver of the head here. You never like hitting anybody in the head, but that's paintball, right? Regardless, I've got very little to shoot at. She's very good going around cover and keeping herself protected while still using that marker and firing shots in. Now, it's not impossible to get her, but it's going to need to be a hell of a shot. And as I've been showing so far, I've been firing a lot, but my shot to hit ratio aren't that great. And at this range, yeah. All right, so I remember vividly here, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not getting any shots of Miranda. She's really tough behind that barrier. But I got Sebi to my right, and when the video restarts, he will be right there. He's actually slightly up on me. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go around, hook around left, then cut in right. So major flank on Miranda's position at the fortified area, and I can also start working on any enemies that are behind their spawn location at the White House.
I'll go wide.
So just after I mention out loud to Sebi my intentions of going up with the flank, well, I see Miranda pop out from around the barrier. She's got her marker fixed. I pull my marker out, get ready to shoot, but she's lined up her shot first, and she will pull the trigger first. Miranda takes out Sebi, our big gun as far as, you know, he's the speedball marker. He's got all those shots. She takes him out like nothing and ruins my flank plan. You know, didn't she get the memo? This is what's supposed to happen, so I can go in and be the hero. Man, talk about, you know, attention to detail. Read the script. All right, so I am determined to try to get Miranda out. I've only got 5 magazines. I think I'm on magazine 3, maybe 4 at this point. But I am leaning over just slightly, so my marker just over behind cover and just the side of my head. And she's also got a low profile, and we're going to exchange shots here. Now, let's pay attention here. So, Miranda fires the shot. It's on its way. A little closer. Okay, arcing downward, and whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that on the side of my helmet? Yeah, that is a yellow ball bursting. Not on my left eye, just on the outside of my helmet. A perfect shot. Threaded the needle. There wasn't much for her to look at. She got it. I'm out of the game. She's taken out me and Sebi. Opened up that side, and as I walk off the field just to the left at first, I'm going to switch to my iPhone. It takes just the sound so much better than that. So I'm going to record a little bit from that, and you're going to see her get up. She's going to lace in some shots, get up and really fire some cover fire on the side. Her teammates rush up, and yeah, the game that I was so sure my team was going to win, we're about to lose.
Hit, coming out. Good shot.
Okay, once again, I thought this one was in the bag. I thought it was over. I thought we were going to win it, no problem. Orange team comes in, has a great game. Miranda has a great game. So yeah, a little bit of patience. I mean, it's so important for the team spawning at White House to get across the road, and they didn't. So for a veteran player like me from the field, I'm thinking, okay, whatever. It's going to be easy. It ain't over till it's over. New players, male, female, kid, whatever. New players, there is a learning curve and everything. Her and her husband, Mike, because I say Miranda, I mentioned in the beginning. His name is Mike, it's important. They may be new, but you know what? They're picking this up quickly. She played a good patient game, really went behind cover well, and we only had 7 players on our team. She took out 2 of them, under fire too. So never underestimate your opponent, whether they be new, whether, like I said, what kind of pants they wear, if they're a little kid or whatever. Give them some respect, because even if they aren't that good, you want them to come back, you want them to learn. In the case of today's video, just because they're new doesn't mean they ain't any good. Thanks for watching, have a good one. Remember, at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Game over.
Hit, coming out. Good shot.